some European leaders sound more pessimistic about the U.S. providing funding for more Ukraine aid. For example, President Macron talked about wanting European leaders to be ready to support Ukraine over the long term if U.S. aid doesn't come through. Is there some reason why some of these European leaders are sounding more pessimistic? Do you know?
I hardly blame them when they look at what's going on Capitol Hill. We put a supplemental request in place in October for $60 billion. Number was carefully constructed in consultation with our Ukrainian counterparts about what they were going to need. You can hardly blame other leaders around the world from thinking about what other decisions they have to make now based on the uncertainty that the United States is going to be able to come through. And it points precisely to what we've been saying before, that American leadership matters. And people do look to us for an example and for that leadership. And, again, we're hopeful, still hopeful, the president is, that we'll be able to get this supplemental funding and we can go back to being the world's leader in supporting Ukraine. But again, I don't think you can, I think other leaders in Europe and elsewhere can be forgiven for working through in their own minds how they're going to be able to support Ukraine should the United States not be able, thanks to what's going on Capitol Hill, to be able to continue that support.
I just want to follow on JJ's earlier question on Netanyahu's comments earlier. On the optimism for a deal coming together, where's that space? Because Netanyahu's saying no to thousands of prisoners and they're going to stay in Gaza. Hamas is saying a deal has to hinge on lots of prisoners and them being out of Gaza. So where is the space, I guess?
Again, I can't speak to the Prime Minister's public comments. All I can tell you is the conversations that we have had in just recent days with our counterparts, including Israel, lead us to believe that there's real potential progress here towards getting a deal in place for an extended pause that will allow those hostages to get home. And I think that's what the Israeli people want too. They want their loved ones back with their homes and their families where they belong.
Just a quick
quickly following up, are there any plans for the president to speak with Prime Minister Netanyahu, given his comments and given where things are with the hostage deal right now?
I don't have a schedule to speak to.
I have one more on a follow-up on that one. So Hamas has said that the number of hostages that they would be releasing still has not been specified in these talks. Is that accurate?
I won't negotiate here on Air Force One.